You guys kind of took things over in that last 20 minutes. How proud are you of the way you guys were able to play in that third period?
Yeah, I thought the third period was obviously our best. I thought the second period we started to get things going. I thought it was started to be more in line with how we wanted to play in the second, and then I thought we were really happy with the third.
That's now 12 of the last 13 killed off for your penalty killing group. Just how proud are you of the way they've been able to do that?
Yeah, no, they're doing a really good job. I mean, there's still things that we can continue to build into it, but I think you're seeing it kind of goes back. We talked about it before the game of just I think the pressure on the lines. I thought those were good. You're making it harder for them to enter the zone. Loose puck, some of the details of it. I think that's been something that has just continued to evolve. And so the guys, that's a really good power play over there too. And so and that's having to kill 4 like that. That's obviously a tall task. There were some critical points of the game. So huge credit there to all the penalty killers and getting the job done there tonight.
In the first period, you took your timeout. Was that to get a longer look at the possible goal?
Yeah, better look. It was one of those ones. It's like, it felt like it was real close, but it happens quick. And so, it's not something you want to do and use that timeout, but there was enough there where we felt like, we needed to kind of just get another angle on it, double check. We made the call. Obviously, it didn't go our way, but that's the way we saw things.
Do you feel like you have a sense of what goaltender interference is?
I mean, we know the league. The league gives us, there's a lot of information coming our way. Like we're going to get looks at all the, other interferences that have happened in the past when it comes up. The league's, going to give us information on how they view it. Like all we can do right now is, take in the information that we have, and some of them are going to be, a little bit of judgment calls there by the officials, and so we take the information that we've been given. We're looking at these things all the time. Anything that gets challenged in the league, we're going to take a look. They're not all the same. Some of them are close, especially when you get into one where they call off on the ice and then you got to double check it. I stand by that one too. Sometimes point in the game, you might feel a little bit more comfortable, seeing what happens, and that was the case tonight. So stand by it. Didn't work. We move on.
Dan, when you have calls like that, I'm not going to ask you about the officiating, but when it happens, do you like the way your team responds to it mentally? You mentioned the penalty killing already. Do you like the way the resilience that they show in those situations?
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, obviously, that one is, it's you quickly go from thinking you scored a goal and then they call it off on the ice. Now it's in question, and then you challenge it, and now you also have to kill a penalty. So that's a lot that it's coming at you quickly. But I do think that this group has shown too that they're kind of up for those types of challenges, and those types of moments. They know the importance of killing off that penalty when it happens. Again, there were some critical moments there. Those penalties had to be killed. Like not all penalty kills end up being equal in terms of the impact in the game and the time in the game and how it can swing a game. And so I thought we had some really big ones there tonight.
The same applied to Jars.
He was awesome. Yeah, I mean, he's a goalie's part of the penalty. He's the top guy on every penalty killing unit. So whoever's in net that day, like we need them to be our best penalty killer. That's always the case. And Jars was. Seahawks has done that the same here this year as well. Like those guys play such an important role in the penalty kill.
How much are you liking the way Ben Kendall's looking on your top right now?
Yeah, I mean, it was quick tonight. There wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
they didn't extend the time too long, which we're not complaining about. No, I mean, it was obviously great there, especially where we weren't getting a lot of or that was our only opportunity, and like. That's hard. Like when you haven't gotten a power play all game, and then you finally get that one. Like it's a huge credit to those guys just to be ready for it, because that's not an easy thing. Like it's one thing when you had like one a period and you kind of get into a rhythm, and you're at that point of a game again, another huge moment, critical moment, but you've been waiting on it. I think for Kindy obviously with the goal, but also just the entire unit just putting us in a position where we can get that done as quickly as we did. Special teams were massive here for us tonight.
You've had a pretty strict goaltender rotation and getting some pretty good results from it. Have you had one of those before, quite like this, where it's every other game? And is that a math question? Is kind of a lot of sports science going into those decisions, or what does go into just creating a strict rotation?
No, I mean, listen. It's again. I'm not going to sit here and say, this is what we've been doing, and so we're going to always be evaluating everything that we're doing. From how we play to lineup, and that lineup includes our goaltenders, and so we're always looking at these things. We're always evaluating them. Every year is different. Every group is different. This is what we felt like a good starting point would be, and so yeah, that's where we're at today.